Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have just a fantastic day, a fantastic time. This segment. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a great day. And I want you to check out right here. I believe it's right there. There's a subscription watermark. Can you believe I did the channel up? My Charles Bronson is still about to fall off. No, not there. Sorry, there. There. Okay, what am I doing? So there's this awesome subscription little. Yeah, right there. So hit the subscription little watermark thingy. And if you haven't already, and ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. So I'm just so happy about this little subscription thing. If you click on it, it says 130,000 subs. So press 1 if you see the subscription, because I'm not getting any feedback on my new subscription watermark. Press 1 if you see subscription, or if it's like me on like some kind of hallucinogenic thing. Press 1. Okay, 1. Yes. Fantastic. Thank you. And if you click on it, it actually pops up and it says, thank you, Lady Monique Jolie. Thank you. Thank you, Lady Monique Jolie. Thank you. So anyway, I was very, very proud of that little achievement, the technological achievement. It would be a disaster for the Republican Party for the Mueller investigation to be terminated or shut down or played with this close to the end. Or played with this close to the end. Graham said on Sundays, NBC's Meet the Press. Let's see what he finds. Okay, well, so Lindsey Graham is actually an ally of Trump. It's good. Then but he's still has a little Trey Gowdy in him where he's wants to really play ball as much as he can. It just always seems that the Democrats and the media, they whine. The more they whine and complain and cry and wail and moan. Oh my God, he worked with Russia to inform the country that Hillary Clinton was cheating Bernie Sanders. Dean Diefendorf, happy Thanksgiving from my family to yours. Thank you, Dean. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving. So he is saying two things. One, it would be a disaster for the Republican Party for the Mueller investigation to be terminated. I disagree with that, but that's just my viewpoint. Or shut down at a certain point, like the beginning of the year. If the Mueller investigation goes through January, February 1st, he needs to terminate and tell Mueller you're fired. Because this is ridiculous. 2 years. 2 years they found nothing. 2 years they found nothing. And there is nothing to find. So I disagree with Lindsey Graham on that. If after 2 years, and then he writes, well, he feels wronged by it. And let's see, he writes, he states, he feels wronged by it, Graham said of Trump. I remember the Clinton Ken Starr episode pretty well. This is sort of standard practice. No, it's not, because Clinton actually did what in the White House. He did get what in the White House. But I think most Republicans on Capitol Hill and Democrats believe that Mr. Mueller should be allowed to do his job. His job is illegal, unconstitutional. There's not even a crime that's said to have taken place. And CrowdStrike is the only is a company outsourced by Hillary Clinton that looked at DNC servers. The DNC should have just simply filed a lawsuit. This is not American national security. Clinton did not lose because of the DNC WikiLeaks emails. This is entirely a political ploy that has mesmerized the media and allowed them allowed them a momentary victory in the House, but they're not going to pass single payer. So actually, it helps Trump. He feels wronged by it. I remember the Clinton Ken Starr episode real well. Yeah, well, Clinton, first of all, Whitewater was just one of many, many scandals involving money and Clintons and investments and and people with money around Clinton. And that if that led to Monica Lewinsky, well, he was doing something he shouldn't have been doing. Ladies and gentlemen, just really quickly, with all due respect, the indict Assange, then get info. I'm going to say this with all due respect. Mrs. Christine Assange, his mother, stated numerous times that she does not believe in the whole trust the plan thing, that her son is in jeopardy. Now, if you were in prison or if you were stuck in an embassy and you didn't have sunlight and you were, had medical issues and you were battling for your life because extradition would mean almost certainly languishing in prison, possibly for forever, for a long time, would you then feel happy if a whole bunch of people said, "Oh, it's okay. You can actually get extradited to the US where there's a horrible prison system. And what'll take place since Trump is so," and I'm voting for President Trump. So since President Trump is so altruistic, he will allow you to just tell the truth. And the judges and the courts and the juries, they're going to overlook the relevant statutes that you happen to have broken. And because the truth will set you free, everything will be okay. No, that's not the way life works, unfortunately. Unfortunately, that's not the way life works. So, it would be a travesty if Julian Assange were extradited. An absolute travesty. Because all of this is to protect Hillary Clinton. We already pretty much know the truth of what's going on. We already know that Trump didn't work with Russia. We know the truth. That hasn't stopped Mueller. Ladies and gentlemen, don't we know the truth about Russia? That hasn't stopped Mueller. That hasn't stopped the media. That hasn't stopped Brennan and Comey and Clapper and all of them from being on CNN. That hasn't stopped anyone. So it's just, just be very weary of these kind of predetermined. I would like to think President Trump is altruistic. Although I can say this, I'm voting for President Trump. I think that he's going up against a monster of a machine. I think that he is surviving in a way that other politicians or other people could never, ever, ever survive. But I will say that it's been 2 years. We have not seen an indictment of Hillary Clinton. He promised that. There's a mountain of evidence. All of this, we know that Clinton committed crime, so we know the truth regarding that. We know that Clinton actually purchased her own Russian hacking myth. We know the truth regarding that. But see, simply knowing the truth doesn't mean that good things will take place. Jailed Martha, yet Hillary made $100,000 on one. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's endless tree climbing. Thank you. It's endless. It is absolutely endless. Kathleen, thank you. That is a great compliment. Thank you very much. I'm a normal guy. I'm a normal guy. I'm not really too crazy about it, regarding anything, really. Pretty normal guy. But what gets me really upset sometimes is this insanity regarding Mueller and all this nonsense. Thank you, Kathleen Winter. Thank you. I think that, just being a normal American guy is a good thing. I'm just the normal American guy, I just speak like I don't need to like, I don't even want to I don't want to get into the pronoun stuff, and it's just gosh, it's normal. Dylan Robinson. The people know that's the key. Stay the course. Yeah, well, I mean, the people know it's true. It's true, Dylan. We know, but see, the thing is, people's lives have been ruined. Paul Manafort. Not that I'm like shedding tears for Paul Manafort, but he shouldn't be in prison right now. George Papadopoulos could have gone to jail forever. General Flynn has spent what so much money and time and resources. They try to ruin people. They try to ruin people. Carter Page lost a relationship. Ronald Foose, thank you. That's what I should start a show. Tea with HA. Carter Page lost a relationship. He was dating somebody and it didn't work out because of the whole Mueller thing. I mean, you can't get that back. You can't get all the money spent for lawyers. You can't get. So there's people. There's tangible. There's people who have really risked and lost. Mueller's aim is to destroy people's lives, and he's doing so. He's doing so under the guise of some kind of criminal activity. What do I care if Russia hacked the DNC, which they didn't? What does that even matter? That's a stupid thing. The left, when President Obama was president, you would find to the extreme right. Well, actually, Fox would sometimes talk about it, but the extreme right or extreme conservatives, you would hear things that were just very bizarre. Okay, but it wasn't the mainstream media. It wasn't like, the New York Times, MSNBC, or no, I should say the New York Times, the Washington Post. It wasn't the mainstream. Now you have the left getting their message through, the far left, the extreme of the Democratic Party, getting their message through the mainstream. So it's very difficult. The truth, everyone knows the truth. They don't care. That's the point. They don't care. They don't care if Trump worked with Russia or not. They just want to hurt him politically. Valerie Rogers, just wait. You can't outsmart God. Absolutely, Valerie, but God is not on a message board or on, I know, I don't think you were alluding to that, but I mean, sometimes God allows really horrible things to take place. So that's the thing. I just want Trump. Sometimes you have to take initiative in life because, then there's the whole theological thing. Well, God wants you to take initiative. Chaz1422, Mueller team has a new plan for sniffing Trump's. Chaz1422, yes. Fantastic. That is actually the next thing. He's going to have Adam Schiff or someone. He'll have Avenatti. He'll have Avenatti. So basically, Trump has to fire Mueller if it's still going on February. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to my Jerusalem Post article, my latest one, my Times of Israel article, my latest one, I'm starting a website, a very, very cool website regarding. It's satirical in a way, but it's going to be a fantastic, fantastic little simple website powered by the brilliant wisdom of H.A. Goodman. Ralph Nieves, thank you, Ralph. Powered by the wisdom of H.A. Goodman regarding the House Democrats, and their lofty ideals, and when they plan on implementing their lofty ideals, and when they plan on this sounds dangerous. When they plan on actually passing a Medicare for all bill, an abolish ICE bill. So that's going to be really fun. Press 2. I don't know if this mic is on. Press 2 if you're looking forward to my upcoming website in a couple of weeks, a satirical parody of all the insanity on the left regarding their grandiose promises. Press 2. Just press 2 if you're looking forward to it. Yes. Yes, Away Canadian. Yes. William, yes. Yes, Durf. All right. Jennifer Hemer, yes. Wingless Angel, we love you. Yes, Peter and Terry, Big Mitt, all right. Rose Quartz, thank you. All right. Valerie Rogers, thank you, everyone. So, H. Jimenez, thank you. All right, so great. I can't wait to disclose this Thomas, this wonderful Steve, Brian, Jeremy. So, thank you, everyone. So, yeah, I can't wait it's going to be really fun. And I'm actually going to start off, like, I'm going to pump this website every single day. I'm going to be like, well, check out this, and because it'll be somewhat interactive. It'll be an interactive thing that you can just look at every single day for about 2 seconds. No, about 10 seconds. Dylan Robinson, men who knew the truth and don't freely speak the truth are betrayers of the truth. Faith without action is no faith at all. It's all on us. Absolutely, Dylan. I agree with you. I agree, but then that's true. No, you're right. William, it will be fun. This is an interesting discussion. I mean, now that we're getting into discussions regarding, because I know that there are many people who have communicated a great deal of wisdom just in this chat right here. Liam, if it was, you'd see like a little gerbil on like one of those little like circular, treadmill things. Gateway into my mind. But the thing is, sometimes the truth or belief in God or, having an optimistic viewpoint, these are important things in life. These are important things in the world, and people must or should embrace them. Thank you, JB and Walter. Thank you. My problem though is that sometimes a person or a leader has to act decisively. Now, Trump has done pretty well. He's done pretty well thus far. But I don't know if, for example, 2 months before midterms, well, I just don't know how long it'll take for, I'm looking forward to the new website. Thank you, Eric H526. Thank you. I just don't know how long this Mueller probe can last without it having irreparable damage to Trump. Because the Mueller report, ladies and gentlemen, is going to have open-ended questions and open-ended statements, kind of like the IG Horowitz report, but in reverse. Michael Horowitz, the IG report, said, well, we couldn't find any prosecutorial bias. He stated prosecutorial bias. He said in a very diplomatic way, well, Peter Strzok could possibly have been biased. Of course he was biased. The whole thing was a cover-up for Hillary Clinton. The whole thing. This Mueller probe, the Russia probe, is an investigation into a crime that never took place to overshadow the non-investigation into numerous crimes with a mountain of evidence for Clinton. But I fear that this investigation with Mueller, the longer it goes, let's say it ends with a report, fine. Because if he fires Mueller, Mueller can still file his report. Okay, it's not like Mueller won't write the report if he's fired. He'll write the report, and then he'll, in the end, he'll be like, he was really mean and he fired me. Again, that's by the way, within Trump's constitutional right. Mueller falls under the executive branch. So does the DOJ. So does the FBI, the NSA, and the CIA. All under the executive branch. Under Article 2 of the Constitution, President Trump has authority over the executive branch. He's the leader of the executive branch. He's the executive president. But what I'm saying is, at a certain point, it either has to end, or we have to get the report. But once we get the report, that'll just be the beginning of the House of Representatives taking the Mueller baton, and Democrats saying, oh my God. Because what's going to take place is, it'll be like, well, we're not certain, we're not sure. It'll be like this. Like Mueller will be like, there seemed to have been intent to commit obstruction. This is what they'll say. This will be like the breakdown of the report. There seems to be intent regarding obstruction. There seems to have been intent regarding obstruction of justice regarding the pertaining to the firing of Comey. That will be red meat for the House and media. That'll be red meat. It'll be like, oh my God, there was obstruction. And it'll be written in such legalese, kind of like Kamala Harris speaking to the ICE chief. Well, there's the perception that ICE is, linked to, this horrendous hate group. There's the perception. Well, who cares about? I would have answered it this way. Anyone who would think that, would perceive that, is perceiving something absurd. They hide behind semantics and language, and definitions, and they circumvent logic by hiding within semantics. Well, the perception. They can't say, obviously, oh, you are enabling the horrible people. Well, you're not a horrible person. You're not a racist. You're not anything like that, but you're enabling them. So that's one step. That's one way they get you. So they hide and they twist and they mangle semantics and words. It's the Democratic liberal doublespeak. But Mueller is going to say, oh, there seems to have been an attempt at obstruction. He won't say there was obstruction of justice. He'll say there seems to have been an attempt for obstruction. Then he'll say there seems to have been possible connections between Trump associates and associates of Vladimir Putin. That statement would have indicted both Clintons, but for the uranium deal. But that's what they'll do. The report will be so open-ended and full of so much suspicion, so many question marks, that the House of Representatives, the Democratic Party, will take the report, and then they'll subpoena people. Then they'll go, and then they'll continue 2 years of the Mueller investigation. Brad, thank you. What Trump needs to do is simply have Matthew Whitaker, his new DOJ chief, follow the evidence. Follow the evidence. That's it. Just follow the evidence. Have him follow the evidence. That's all. That's all you need to do. And then you will get an indictment of Hillary Clinton. Now, if he doesn't indict Hillary Clinton, or if there's not at least a special counsel, get Lindsey Graham of the Senate Judiciary Committee, because Lindsey Graham, he wants to investigate Clinton. But what Matthew Whitaker can do is simply start a special counsel. He doesn't even have to indict Clinton. So then we can have 1 year of Mueller in the antithesis of Mueller, a special counsel going after Clinton and Uma Abedin and Anthony Weiner and Brian Pagliano, who is the guy you do not want to be. You do not want to be Hillary Clinton's tech guy. That Pagliano guy is probably the unhappiest man on the planet, because he knows he's either going to take the fall or he's going to have to strike a deal with the Justice Department. How they transferred top secret intelligence from Cybernet, JWICS, and SCIFs and other locations within the U.S. government, how they transferred that onto her unencrypted server, once unencrypted server, that's the issue that is going to eventually lead to Clinton's indictment and the indictment of a bunch of other people, almost certainly. So could you imagine if there was a special counsel? Uma Abedin, Cheryl Mills, all of them would get indicted. All of them could be, they would be part of a conspiracy to commit Espionage Act crimes. And you don't want to have anything to do. There's another guy, Justin Cooper. There's, let's see, her lawyers, Clinton Foundation officials, people in her staff. You don't want to be anywhere near Clinton if there's a special counsel. That's all that they need. And you know what he could do? He could appoint Huber as an actual special counsel, because Huber technically isn't a special counsel, or maybe not Huber, because the guy hasn't done anything. Dylan Robinson, do you think Graham is going to do his job? I'm hoping. I'm not certain, but I'm hoping. I think the Kavanaugh hearing, Dylan, was a defining moment for Lindsey Graham. I think he found himself, or he found his you-know-what there. I think it was a defining moment, that the Kavanaugh hearing. The Kavanaugh hearing was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my life. Thermography, thank you. The Kavanaugh hearing made Lindsey Graham see Democrats for who they are. So I think the Kavanaugh hearing made Lindsey Graham somebody different. Trump4dchess.com. I have a 3D Trump chess sets. I have 3D Trump chess sets I'd like to offer you and your listeners. I can make one with your image on one of the pieces. Check out my YouTube site. Wow. Really? Hold on one second. That looks kind of cool. Whoa. That is cool. That's cool. Huh. You got Zuckerberg. Very cool. Well, everyone check out Trump 4dchess.com. Pretty cool. Yeah. So everyone, check that out. Check that out. That is cool. Thank you, Trump4dchess.com. Very cool. But yeah, I mean, the thing here is you don't want to wait too long, because then Trump's voters like myself, well, I'm not a voter, but I'm somebody that Trump needs. I'm not patting myself on the back, but I voted for Jill Stein. I was a Bernie Sanders supporter. I now made the switch to Trump, and I actually, when I did that, I knew I'd lose friends, which is sad, which is really sad. But I did that. Now, people like me, Trump needs people who were on the fence who will then vote for him. He needs people like that. And he's not going to keep people like that if he doesn't he's not going to keep people like that if he doesn't act decisively. He needs to act decisively. He needs to act decisively. So Horace, thank you. Because you noticed, like, Horace, thank you so much. And this is an interesting point too. If you notice, Democrats they're not worried. They're really not worried about Trump. I mean, they're really not worried about, like, overstepping their boundaries, or they're not worried about fabricating FISA. Do you think James Comey is scared? He's not. They're very arrogant. They're very, very arrogant. All of them are, because they know they have the media. They know they have the media by them, by their side. And they don't care. I mean, why is it that the Republicans and Trump, they're so worried about offending? You don't know what's going to take place. You have no idea the holy inferno that will erupt if you dare fire Mueller. Even the Senate will impeach you, and then we'll have Pence. No, that's not going to happen. I mean, if you have Lisa Murkowski voting to impeach a president, simply a Republican president, simply because he had enough of an investigation into nonsense, yeah, I think that, who was no, it wasn't Murkowski. Yeah, no, it was Murkowski, and then why am my brain freezing? Why is my brain freezing now? The Kavanaugh Center. Hold on one second. Susan Collins. That's Susan Collins. You have this. They're just so afraid of the repercussions. Meanwhile, notice how Comey, Strzok, McCabe has a grand jury investigating him now. Hillary Clinton, they're not worried about the repercussions of anything. Nothing. They're not worried about the repercussions regarding anything. They're just doing their thing. They're just doing their thing. They're fabricating FISA warrants, not telling the judge that Hillary Clinton purchased the Steele dossier. They don't care. They don't care. Just, texting lovers, oh yeah, we're going to stop Trump. There's an insurance policy. Just taking money from Terry McAuliffe, no problem. We're not going to recuse ourselves. Not a problem at all. I mean, all of these, it's just, it's like they're not worried about anything. But Trump should be worried always about how Democrats and media should react. I find that bizarre. Okay, 30. Let's say, for example, they produced 37 indictments, 6 guilty pleas. The guilty pleas were lying to FBI agents after FBI agents were trying to trip them up. After these FBI agents were under Comey, who falsified FISA warrants, deliberately withheld information, deliberately in George Papadopoulos's case and Carter Page's case and Flynn's case, withheld exculpatory information. The indictments you can indict somebody for jaywalking and then say what's part of Russia collusion. The whole point is that Trump worked with Russia and we're going to indict people to get them to flip. But what they've done is simply destroy people's lives. Nobody flipped because nothing happened. Nothing happened. With Clinton, if there was a special counsel with Clinton, the indictments would actually be linked directly to her crimes. The crime that's said to have taken, I've read the indictments. The 12 Russian nationals were part of a conspiracy to hack, not hackers. Why aren't they hackers? Why didn't Mueller find these hackers? The NSA has a $10 billion budget. The NSA has a $10 billion budget. The CIA has a $15 billion budget. The FBI has a $10 billion budget. And we have to rely on the Steele dossier that BuzzFeed is suing the DNC over. There's zero evidence. None of these indictments have anything to do with Trump. Nothing. There's no link between the indicted Russian nationals and Trump. Zero link. Other than Trump might have, the notion that Trump might have worked with Russia to hack the DNC. Yeah, and if they operated together, where are the people they operated with? That's also, if a conspiracy to hack, then they obviously knew the hackers. Where are these people? And the notion, here's what I find absurd from the media and the Democratic Party. Why would Putin hack the DNC to inform the country that Bernie Sanders was cheated? Why would he do that? Even Nate Silver at 538 said the Comey letter was far more important in submarining and sabotaging Hillary Clinton's, far more impactful. The whole notion that Russia interfered in the election with Facebook ads. Where are the Facebook ads? We already know that they've indicted Facebook companies or companies that are like troll farms. But where are these? Where are these? Obama's administration sold 20% of U.S. uranium capacity to Vladimir Putin. So, no, I do a bunch during the day. Live streams always during the day as well. Madge Mac. Got to get aggressive before this goes any more pear-shaped. Not getting a warm fuzzy here at the border. Madge Mac. Well, I mean, like, the policies that Trump wanted, that the wall, he had Congress for 2 years. Unfortunately, he couldn't force Democrats, even though he had Congress, because of the Mueller thing. Okay, Uranium One was not debunked. There's nothing debunked about Uranium One. There's nothing debunked. It happened. What is debunked is that Hillary. First of all, nobody believed that Hillary Clinton sold uranium. She didn't. She didn't have the uranium. Obviously, Clinton doesn't do anything intentionally. So even if she did have the uranium, it would be an accident. But cash flowed to Clinton Foundation amid Russian uranium deal. If it was cash flowed to Trump Foundation amid his Russian uranium deal, they would have said he gave the uranium by hand. The issue is why it took place. It's not. Thank you, Brad. The issue is that the issue is why it took place. Putin is an enemy of this country, yet we are going to preside over a uranium sale. The logic, it's not logical. It's irrational. That's not debunked. The only thing the left says is debunked is that Hillary Clinton did so because of money, which is not, there's nothing to debunk there. That's like a litany of pay-to-play schemes. So, no, I mean, like, if I enjoy people who are wonderful. If people disagree with me on the live chat, that's great. I mean, I find that stimulating and awesome. You know. So they held the Senate, didn't they? They held the Senate, didn't they? They sure did. I was right about that. And look, you had voter fraud. I didn't understand. I didn't calculate the impact of the media. Of course she didn't have. I'm sorry. I'm going into like. Of course she didn't have unilateral power. She was on the Committee on Foreign Investment and was quiet as a church mouse. I wonder why. I mean, at a certain point, you have to put two and two together, not just with, I mean, people who don't like Trump, they don't put two and two together. They put like numbers that have no business being together and like, oh yeah, he did this. Why? Because Trump worked with Putin. Why would you say that? Well, because Putin liked Trump. Why would you say that too? There's zero connection to Trump and Putin. Zero. No money connection. No nothing. Oh yeah. So, I mean, there are more ties, more connections between Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton spoke to, had a meeting with Vladimir Putin at his home outside Moscow. And he got $500,000 to speak at a Moscow investment bank. Trump didn't. So, you know, the whole thing is, Trump has surrounded himself with convicted felons. Not really. If there was justice at all, Clinton would be a convicted felon. She committed crimes. You're not really a felon. Like, okay, look, you lied to the FBI because the FBI tried to set you up and you froze at that moment. Anyone on this chat, anyone in the country, anyone on the planet, an FBI official has like omnipotent power. They can trip you up. And if you say just one thing, even if you don't think it's the case, even if you tell the truth, this is according to Alan Dershowitz, if you tell the truth, they could lie and say, well, someone else disagrees with you. Yeah, Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort bought $15,000 worth of an ostrich feather jacket. It was a crime against fashion. It wasn't a crime against humanity. Who buys a 15 grand ostrich feather jacket? It didn't even look like it was 15 grand. Hold on one second. Let me see this ostrich jacket right here. Paul Manafort ostrich jacket. Paul Manafort ostrich. Let me see this ostrich jacket right here. Horrible. Horrible ostrich jacket. It looks like if you went to Ross, you could buy a jacket like for like $15 that looks like this. Or Marshalls. This is 15 grand. I'm looking at this right now. Oh my God. This guy, but this is what did him in. This is what did him in. The ugliest jacket in the world. This jacket's okay, actually. Actually, one of his jackets, one of his jackets are nice. Yeah, this one's okay. Not worth prison, but it's okay. The beige one is good. The black one is not good. The ostrich skin in beige is very nice. Oh my god, he had 5 of them. No wonder he went. No, he only had 2. 2 ostrich skins. Nunya, Biden is possible that DOJ is proceeding with Julian Assange indictment to extradite him for his own protection. Pardon comes after information exchange. Nunya, I don't think so, because who's to say? Brian Murphy, I do. Nunya, who's to say that he would pardon Trump would pardon Assange? You know. Also, why would Julian Assange have to Nunya? Why would Julian Assange have to suffer in an American prison simply because the belief is that he'll tell the truth and the truth will be heard? You know, we're not really good at this country is not good at accepting the truth. Look at the Gulf of Tonkin. Well, I can go on forever regarding. I can go on forever regarding. Yeah, if you talk about Russian oligarchs, Clinton has far greater ties. And then where's the link between the Russian oligarchs and the invisible hackers? Okay, where are these Russian hackers? That's the question. They exist apparently, or they don't exist. And how do we know the DNC was hacked? Through CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike. Why didn't the DNC give their computer servers to the FBI or anyone else? Because they're lying. Dylan Robinson, 38 seats without Republican candidate. GOP needs to stepping up. They've abandoned my district here in Flint, Michigan, and it looks like we aren't the only ones. Yep. No, I agree. Dylan Robinson, thank you. Republicans have 2.5 months to change immigration law, but won't. Same old, same old. Yeah. The issue with Trump and not tree climbing, thank you. Dylan Robinson, thank you. I agree with you. The issue with Trump, they didn't. Yeah, why would you trust CrowdStrike? Why didn't they just hire Trump Strike? They gave the FBI the metadata. Yeah, that's the problem. They gave the FBI yeah, that's the problem. I agree. Why would you trust CrowdStrike? CrowdStrike was outsourced by Hillary Clinton. Why didn't they just get a Republican company? Why, if it's not a problem? You know, Alan Weber, I'm joining Space Force. I am. I want to launch myself into space on one of the live streams. I know you don't need the physical server, but why trust CrowdStrike? That's the point. It's kind of like saying, look, we'll have Uma Abedin check it out. Well, we'll get to the bottom of this. We'll have Bill Clinton check it out. It's not Hillary. It'll be completely objective. If the tables were turned, nobody would trust a company called Trump Strike. She outsourced CrowdStrike. The whole point is they're hacked by a foreign power, but they don't give their service to the American government, but they want the government to represent for them and to cause chaos. Mitchell Smith, thank you. The DNC says they were hacked. Then the DNC demands the country we enact sanctions against Russia. Then the DNC demands that we investigate Trump. Then the DNC demands this and that and this and that and this and that. How do we know they were hacked? Oh, well, CrowdStrike. because the DNC purchased a company, outsourced a company to say they were hacked. And we're supposed to trust that. Meanwhile, BuzzFeed is suing the DNC. Nobody on the planet cares about that but me, you know. And I've reached out to BuzzFeed and I've reached out to Mother Jones regarding their roles, their role in all of this. I haven't heard back. So that's, it is what it is. You had Mother Jones journalists meeting with the FBI. The Mueller indictment does not say that. None of the indictments say categorically it was hacked. Spearfish, that's different from hacking, actual hacking. And none of the indictments actually list the actual hackers. There are hackers who go to jail all the time because they hacked computers. There are hackers who go to jail all the time. Yet no Russian hackers were found. And if you look at and to the wonderful person who's I'm having a fun time. No, they don't. They do not say they don't list any of the hackers. They don't list the hackers' names. They don't say that they don't say any. There's no information. If you read the DHS and ODNI reports, there are warranty disclaimers where the assessment is high to moderate confidence. Here, I'll read you this. This is the actual report. This is the actual report from the Office of Director of National Intelligence assessing the Russian interference. Judgments of likelihood. Okay, here, let's just, judgments of, and then I'll read the indictment. Judgments of likelihood. High confidence, moderate confidence, low confidence. The chart below, okay, so estimative language consists of two elements: judgments about the likelihood of developments or events occurring, and levels of confidence in the sources and analytical reasoning supporting the judgments. That's a bunch of baloney. This is the key part. Judgments are not intended to imply that we have proof that shows something to be a fact. Judgments are not, this is the actual intelligence report that says Russia hacked the DNC. Judgments are not intended to imply that we have proof that shows something to be a fact. So they're talking out of their rear end, as always. Assessments are based on collected information, which is often incomplete or fragmentary, as well as logic, arguments, and precedents. High confidence generally indicates the judgment is based on high-quality information. High confidence in a judgment does not imply that the assessment is a fact or certainty. So they're lying. That's pretty much right there. Now let's look at the indictment. Russian nationals. Okay, if you look at read the full indictment. Okay, let's read the full indictment, shall we? Okay, it's like 37 pages. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but the United States of America, through its departments and agencies, regulates the activities of foreign individuals and entities in affecting the United States in order to prevent, disclose, and counteract improper foreign influence of U.S. elections and political systems. Okay, so Defended Internet Research Agency is a Russian organization engaged in operations to interfere with elections and process. So again, this is not the actual indictment for the alleged here. Russia intelligence. Let's read that. So the ODNI report, nothing. That actually debunks any claim that the intelligence quote unquote community knows what it's doing or has made any categorical statement. They're lying through their teeth. It's a warranty disclaimer. And they're like, oh, yeah, well, we're confident. And by the way, don't take our confidence to be fact. 12 Russian agents indicted in the Mueller investigation. Wow, really? OMG. They're indicted? No way. Oh, my God. Department of Justice here. A grand jury in Western. Okay, so U.S. charges Russian GRU officers with international hacking and related influence in disinformation operations. Okay. Conspirators included a Russian intelligence close access hacking team that traveled abroad to compromise computer networks. All right. Where are the people's names that actually hacked? A grand jury in the Western District has indicted 7 defendants, all officers in the Russian Main Intelligence Directorate, a military agency of the General Staff, for computer hacking, wire fraud, aggressive identity theft, and money laundering. Okay. It doesn't say when they hacked the DNC. It doesn't say anything. It's all a conspiracy to hack. According to the indictment, beginning in or around December 20. No, sorry. You need exact dates. And continuing until May, the conspiracy conducted persistent and sophisticated computer intrusions affecting U.S. persons. That's not hacking. That's not hacking. It says computer hacking. Doesn't say computer hacking the DNC. Nope. Doesn't say that. Doesn't say that at all. So, I mean, we can go on. They hide behind language. Okay, so here. Let's see. The indictment on the Justice Department does not even mention the DNC. It doesn't mention the DNC. It doesn't mention the Democratic National Committee. It doesn't mention Clinton. It doesn't mention WikiLeaks. It doesn't mention anything. This whole indictment does not even mention the DNC. So let's see the actual 29 pages. Maybe because the summary doesn't mention the DNC. Russian indictment against 12 Russian spies for a DNC hack. Well, then why doesn't it actually mention the DNC? Okay, here. The indictment, the DOJ summary doesn't, but the indictment does. Let's see. So it says, okay, so let's see. It says by in or around April 2016, the conspirators also hacked into the computer networks of the Democratic, doesn't say the servers. It says the computer networks of the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee and the Democratic National Committee. The computer networks. We're talking about the servers were hacked. It doesn't use the word DNC servers, and it doesn't even have an exact date and time, which they're lying, because by in or around April 2016, if they had the evidence of an actual hack, they would have had the date, the time, the location, the computer it was hacked from. They would have had everything. Even the indictment is ridiculous. And by the way, the actual intelligence reports don't have this information. So the indictment is a bunch of baloney. They hacked into the networks of the Democratic National Committee. Okay. And stole emails and other documents. By in or around April 2016, they don't have the exact date. I wonder why. The conspirators began to plan the release of material stolen from the Clinton campaign at DNC. Oh, wow. Okay. Poor Hillary. Unit 26165 had the primary responsibility for hacking the DNC. Hacking the and DNC? It doesn't even say. Hacking the what? As well as the email accounts of individuals affiliated with the Clinton campaign. Okay, well, they don't list a time or a date, and the primary responsibility, he didn't. It doesn't say that he did so. It says he had the primary responsibility. This guy supervised the co-conspirators who targeted the DNC. Well, okay. Not the co-conspirators who actually hacked the DNC. It's a bunch of nonsense, but whatever. This is complete nonsense. This guy participated in the hacking. Oh my God, he placed malware. How do we know this information if the US government didn't look at the servers? This is a bunch of nonsense. They didn't even look at the servers, and they trusted one company that was outsourced by Hillary Clinton. They make it up. You know why? You know why the intelligence community, or the ODNI and the DHS and FBI, they have warranty disclaimers? Because they don't want to get sued. They know no one's going to sue the Mueller for the indictment, so they just go ahead and claim a bunch of nonsense without any specifics. Okay, so affiliated with the Clinton campaign, beginning by at least March 2016. They don't even have dates. Everything is this like open-ended. Well, it happened sometime. We don't know, but you know everything else. You just don't know when it happened, right? Where's the indictment of Debbie Wasserman Schultz for stealing for fraud? Nico House. This is how, between or about May 25th to June 1st, the conspirators hacked the DNC. That's ridiculous. If you know without a doubt they hacked the DNC, you would know the time. So that's right then and there. You know they're lying. You would know the time, and you would know where the computer was from. You would know exactly where the computer, where the hacker was located and the computer he used. You would at least know the time and the date. You wouldn't say between May and June. And they're not using the they're not using they're not using also they're not using the intelligence community report on this. That's another hilarious thing. Let's see if they reference the CIA or the NSA. No result for CIA. Why? Why no result for CIA? No result for FBI. Gee, I wonder why. No result for NSA. The indictment of hackers. The indictment of hackers does not rest upon any information from a $35 billion intelligence community. No, nothing for CrowdStrike. Nothing for WikiLeaks. Okay. Um, so At or around the same time. They have no clue of the time. During that time, no clue of the time. During that time, give me a break. They don't even reference. They just make it up. They just made up the indictment. They have no basis for any of it. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. This is bizarre. Is approaching. She was sorry. The indictment doesn't even rest upon any intelligence, and the intelligence says, "Don't listen. Don't listen to our intelligence." Yeah, it's legalese because it's not. They don't want to say anything specific because they don't have anything. If a crime takes place, there's a specific hacks. People know when a hack took place. It's not very difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I do appreciate substantive and intelligent debate and constructive debate. So I do appreciate your debate regarding the indictment and the hack and all that stuff. We're going to take a little break. We will be back a little later. God bless you all. Thank you so very, very much. To my super chat, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. God bless. Have a great day. I will see you all very, very soon. Thank you.